Okay. Oh, yeah, sure. God fucking damn, guys. I seriously feel like shit. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this. Let's see if there's anything good. If there's not, I'm probably gonna go to sleep, dude. It's probably a long... This is interesting. We're gonna short this. SNDK, SNDK. China mobile games. What is this? It's not enough volume. It's an ADR too, so can't touch it. Alright, we're gonna buy SIS today. This is like a novice double gap down. Ooh, what is this? I'm not sure how I deal with that. What is this? This is like some ridiculous saw-off in the airlines.
Red bar yesterday, but too many of these are just bearish from yesterday still. So, anybody have any that I'm missing? There are big red bars yesterday. There are multiple red bars now and gapping down today. That is, yeah, ISIS. Yeah, ISIS I have here. Lots of red. Watch ISIS. Nobody has anything else. Okay. I was hoping we just had some really exceptional ones. Yeah, you know, I saw ARMH. Again, though, it's one red bar down. But there is support here. I like it, Ortipa. It's also an ADR. It has a big bar yesterday.
Yeah, you guys, we don't trade ERs for gaps. They're not real gaps. What is this? This stock always does this.
I don't find the ARMH rallying that could be good, but we have the same problem. It's one bearish red bar, which doesn't make for a great novice gap. You know what I mean? it's a bearish breakdown bar, but you got support here, so it may be okay. UWTI. Okay, so this is just gapping.
I like these.
Stage one.
That is very good. This is our favorite gap up.
Nothing really
The volume is kind of not confirmed, but this is sneaky.
May have a nice move later.
DSTK. I like this too, but
Just gonna sit here.
it's
Yeah,
not real
we're
volume.
on the gap, so I'm not
Red hat for sure. This is good too.
Again, watch it
RHT.
if it's something that sets up later. I just out of it.
Definitely RHT here.
Terribly interested in that. Scratch it, okay. Brent CL. And nothing special I'm seeing on the CL really. Yeah, GDP I have, gapping over that base. CLR, what time is it? We got 7 minutes. CLR. Okay, I'm not sure I'm seeing CLR either. Yeah, the CNET was a huge gap, right? Yeah, yeah. And SanDisk is the biggest gap out there this morning. Rob said this is really an either way thing, so I wish I had a better handle on SanDisk. Again, I wish SanDisk had this size gap after that bar. If this was yesterday's bar and we had that gap, this would be drop everything and just stare at the stock, and that's going to be it. COG gap up.
Morning, guys.
Yeah, it's okay, Nemo. You're clearing the hourly base in here. It's just that the biggest thing it has is relative strength. I see COG right here. What is this? Oh, this is oil and gas, so it doesn't even have relative strength. You know, it can go higher. It's just here's your target up here. That those prior highs up in here is where resistance is. So you see you're 8 days up and just short of a target. So you know, it's not to me a great play because you're up a lot and your target's just above you there. So I think you can rally that amount if you find a nice entry on it or something. It's okay. I'm just going to get BMRN. Boy, that's hard to see with 7 size font I have on the screen. Yeah, another. Just I'm going to put that on my daily thumbnails. I have 7 stocks that look like that now. 7 stocks that look like BMRN. I like them all to some extent. Take a couple more questions. You see the TLT. This TLT. Yep, in the 130. I'm not. You give the wrong symbol. I'm not seeing good stuff. I'm not seeing what you're talking about. TLT gapping down a few pennies. That's what I thought. I'm sure it's okay. FEY in support. Yeah, it's not in a support yet. It may bounce. It's in an uptrend, but nothing super special. Well,
Okay.
I'm going to review them just a minute here. I'm going to look at 2 more comments here, and then I can't do that. IBM nothing special. I see nothing special. I mean, it could go higher, it could go lower. It's just a setup pattern that I recommend. All right, I got to focus here. I have 4 minutes left. I got to focus here. So my shorts are the bearish daily watch list that I had up here earlier, but not.
We're doing SanDisk.
After the market rallies, then these all look at short. That list is provided to you there. So ABMD, I'm going to watch as a 15-minute buy setup in here. Broadcom. Okay, Broadcom is falling now, right? So I like the Broadcom novice. Is going to be favored for me here. Q's get the 6 FSL, daily chart, GDP, a bullish gap, ISIS, possibly novice gap, Lulu, weird, gapping up after gapping down. If it wasn't for that, there's no particular pattern. Nvidia, next to Broadcom, is a possible favorite on the long side. NXPI, that's a daily chart. Red Hat, favorite gapper, blowing spot in my gap area there. SanDisk, big question mark.
Oh, you guys, I'm actually so, like, I feel so meh.
So, lots of possible longs. I may be a deer in the headlights this morning because the market rallied 30 cents, I'm not sure. Favorite short would not be something like, I'd have to see it set up. There's nothing open I'm in the short, but if the market popped pretty hard in the first 5 to 30 minutes and SanDisk kind of went flat, I'd look at SanDisk short, but this could rally a lot. You know, there's some that you can't tell. There's some we're very, very bearish on, some bullish, some that you got to see what pattern it wants to do and how it responds to. So, at the moment, my favorites are Broadcom and Nvidia long on the gap down. Ready to open here, guys? Yeah, Red Hat for sure. Sorry, I can't get to all your questions here. Very busy morning. Red Hat bullish. I'd like to see it on a pullback though.
Fuck pullback.
Needs a better setup to me later in the day. Here we go. Underway. Everybody be careful out there. Wait for pattern.
No, fuck that pullback. We don't need it.
A little aggressive with something, but it's already hard. Broadcom already is all over the place. Broadcom already rallied 40 cents in 12 seconds. SanDisk is heading down, which kind of makes sense. So since it's heading down, I may get a bullish view of that soon. Lulu.
Oh my god.
AEXG just collapsed.
You guys, I got 100 shares and they're like 10,000.
Collapsed into that base. Here's a 1 minute chart.
I still want some, come on.
5-cent spread though, so that's gonna rule that out for right now.
Dude, this is unfair, guys. Look, I got 100 fucking shares when I wanted
Red Hat,
500.
I can't play that off.
This is fucking bullshit. Whatever, at least I'm up a little bit.
It's possible it could go if you're really aggressive. Red Hat, I think.
Well, we picked the right stuff. It's just, could not get filled.
Now here's FSL. Is kind of
let's scan this. I think we're just gonna...
Q's heading lower out of the gates this morning.
We're gonna keep it for now. But I suspect the scan disc goes a lot lower eventually. It's just we gotta wait on it. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Heading lower this morning. Yeah, I mentioned that, Sammy. Lulu started gapping up a long time ago. It makes it very, very bullish. It's a favorite bullish thing for me. It took off out of the open with a 20-cent spread. I don't know what to do about it, but it could be watching here. There's huge correlation, guys, when something gaps down and gaps up. And plus, there's a 500,000 shares this morning. It's very bullish when it does that. Red Hat is a bullish gap. I have to wait for an entry on a pullback. I'm just saying that it's possible it could go here. If you're really aggressive, your trading style is to give it a shot. It could go here and never come back. It's that type of gap. To me, the odds on this particular gap are such that it will pull in at some point. So I'm not going to take it here. I'm just kind of talking off the top of my head. If it goes, it may go higher. You know, can't complain. That's your chance right there. But I think it's very aggressive.
What the fuck?
It's not really set. There's some stocks
That took 1 second.
Just boom, 10 seconds.
Well, I guess that happens.
I don't have that on Red Hat. It's a bullish gap.
Dude, I gotta take this. I gotta take this.
Market's still heading lower out of the open here. So far, I've done nothing but babble a lot. Sammy's doing the red hat, so there's Sammy with the red hat. 73.30. Now that's the high of the day. So notice he waited for it to top tail and then over the high. So there's no entry on red hat from Sammy's post.
Dude.
Make sure you keep an eye on those posts. I don't always catch.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that this is in my trading plan to take more, but I like, it's so gone. It's already gone 80 cents when we wanted 500 shares. It's
so
just
far,
gone.
There's been no play by any moderator that is.
Tilt life. It's okay.
You see Sandisk here?
500 is the.
This is just kind of a tough morning for me right now. A lot of stuff. This is the reverse of what I want to see. I want to see 2 or 3 beautiful setups and nothing else. And I have 20 so-so things, and I'm not real sure what's going to happen with it. Now, here's what I like. Now, Broadcom falling, I like a lot. Okay, Broadcom falling. Hey, Sunkike. Just happened to glance at the screen there. I'm not ignoring you guys. If, feel free to throw out suggestions.
I can't believe the scam just fucking shook us like that.
First minutes I usually
It's quite annoying.
I may glance at a few here and there. All right, Broadcom is something that's going to justify two attempts by me. So I'm going to be real aggressive.
Okay, we're taking IS.
Here. And here we go. It's going to be 41.42 by 20. Broadcom long over 41.42, stop 41.20. Broadcom long, 42 by 20. That's what I'm doing in Broadcom here. There she goes, just triggering her. Get the post out here. When I'm on the mic, I don't necessarily get the post first. And again, it's a very aggressive entry. It's falling, taking it long on a downtrending PBS because of the potential novice gap. If I am early,
Alright, RHT, we got a bunch of more shares back. Scan this, we should have had 500 more shares. That would be up almost a G.
I'm probably going 3 targets.
So that's that, and yeah, I guess that happens. I'm really glad we got it back in on this shakeout, so that's good.
I'm gonna go 41.
Just fucking scan this is kind of pissing me off.
We're target 1 out of 3. Okay, so that's okay.
So this RHT should go all the way.
He's got the
RMH. What does he want on the RMH? Higher?
Be careful out there, guys. This is an unusual day.
He does want higher.
It's following, one of the weirdest bars in the daily chart. Maybe 3 or 4 in the last year that are like this,
blue.
and it's going to lead to choppier trading. You just got to be a little careful. It's not the normal thing. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not gonna touch it here. I like higher.
5 is consolidating nicely. Red hat.
We're gonna buy here. We're gonna sell it off.
If Sammy's posted that or not. Let's check that out with him.
Okay, well, RHT shook, so this should go higher all day. I'm gonna take out my trash right now. I'll be right back, guys. I'll play some music for
I
y'all.
have like 40 thumbnails I'm looking at, so I'm always commenting on stuff. It may not be on the charts that you're looking at the moment.
Oh, da 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 da. Oh, da da da. So 71 scan disk long. I'm not so sure about this yet, but I'm kind of sure about this VA. We'll be right back. Okay. Pleasant news, pleasant news. This is just going Climo. I guess it's still early in the day. We're not gonna take targets there unless we have to. QCOM? Oh, that's not bad. It's too late. Oh, I want to scan disk here, baby. Lulu as well. I do want Lulu, guys. Alright, this is kind of extended upwards now, so we're gonna get back in it later. And like it's reacting to this whole spot. Swing long LVS. I'd rather swing long DIS. And to scan this, we should be up like 500 bucks more minimum. Lulu stops, that stops. VA, man, this could go forever. I kind of just want to keep it. This too. Guys, I don't know what to do. I feel like death. I think I might die. Guess I'm gonna run. No, honestly, I don't really expect this to ever shake hard, so let's just do 72.55. And if we lose our 4R, then we do, because it already did shake. Oh man, this is kind of a steep ass spread. Okay, well, ISS went up more. And, dude, this Lulu is seriously, like, pretty sure the market maker can see our stops. 61.85. You know, the IS, we probably should have trailed it, because this thing is so spready sometimes. That happens, I guess. This, wow. So this already touched for the gap fill. I don't really expect this to go that much harder, so we're just gonna sell it. One R. 2 R's. One all here already. I should go for another R.
I didn't put my target out there. Target one, just a third. Just kind of get safe. QCOM target one.
Really?
good to see that because, you know, the market is up quite a bit, and we're in that area where, like I said, I'm going to start looking short as equally as long. There goes NXPI. Even if I was going to play it, I'd have to start questioning the timing with the market being up this much already. So Broadcom stop is up. QCOM theoretically can go up a nickel, but it's not worth it for me for a nickel. Cenex keeps going good. I'm kind of down here at the bottom.
Come on, CAD.
Cenex. Yeah, Cenex is kind of a sling thing out of that little shakeout on the daily chart there. It just keeps going up. It's probably as an intraday play, it's hitting a target right now. Okay, Broadcom got a little bit more of a bullish look to it here. Matter of fact, if I wasn't in Broadcom,
We should have 5. This is one of our favorite gaps of the day. We even said,
Broadcom.
I don't even think I would have had an entry.
NXPI again.
If there was an entry, I would have probably taken it here. And it gone $1, so I would have did it like this. Wow, that's a big ass stop.
Absolute favorite.
Yeah, we probably couldn't have too many shares
At
anyways.
least one of the targets all the way to the gap fill on NXPI. I love it. One of the better patterns is my second favorite gap, the 5 engulfed 1 minute buy setup.
Let's go, Lou.
Buy setup, beautiful uptrend. You know, 2 entries here that were possible. Aggressive.
I want some scan disk.
Too far gone now. WGO. I want you actually anything under. I want to start looking at short ideas. Yes, I like WGO, Martin. I'm late on it. You had the perfect entry. I like it under this little pivot right here. Yes, I like WGO. It's an excellent find. And personally, you can start focusing a little bit more on the short side. It's not time to be short. The market could rally the entire day. We don't know. But I want to start looking at things that are weak right now. KN is another example of something that's really weak. It's also way too thin to even look at. I got it off the daily chart.
Okay, well, I'm glad we did not get triggered on the rig, because that would have been a big ass stop already.
May follow through to the downside at some point. Yeah, the blue. Again, if I had just signed on at 10:45 or 9:45, Lulu and NXPI would have been my place. Not that there's anything wrong with Broadcom. Remember, QCOM was actually on the bearish daily list for me, but it sold off and then did this base, and that's why I was saying it's a 50-50 thing. Not gonna, you know, QCOM hit a target, and as soon as we put in another bottoming tail here, I'm gonna raise the stop. But the QCOM will be kind of a break even at worst, even if the rest stops out. J Blue is the one. Yeah, wow, J Blue had that puke intraday, nice. Alright, short side, short side. I could even play the market short on a 1 minute PBS failure. I'd actually like a weak stock that rallied into resistance. That's the goal here right now for me. A weak stock that rallied into resistance.
Okay, well, we're gonna lose a big stop if this thing stops, but...
If I could get another pop on Broadcom here, I would take a target 2. I don't have a target 2 set up anywhere. It's going to be on the fly. If we make a new high today, Broadcom will probably put in a decent sized green bar, which I'd like to use as target number 2 because the market is actually getting close to the gap fill already. Rally into resistance. NVAX I think is one to watch on the weak side. Again, it was kind of a novice gap. It came after that big red bar, but look at the big picture of the daily chart. Well, serious breakdown yesterday, so I'm not sure. Zora, we always agree. I do want something short. Now, ISIS was a nice... Where'd that go? Where did I just type that? ISIS rolling over the gap fill, but pretty good novice gaps, not the one to pick on.
Let's fill it up 42. What? I'm exceeding buying power for 42? That can't be.
What you got, Zora? Wait, bullish. Bullish is a CMP. This is one of the bullish watches. A little mini novice on a daily uptrend. Sandisk short, yeah. This is exactly what I said. Remember, I said Sandisk can't get off the ground at all in the market rallies. Now there's the market rolling over. Shoot, market just broke a 1 minute bottoming tail and fell really hard. I wanted to short the market too if possible. Darn it. Totally missed that. Sandisk, what, 667 by 67.70? Still watching. What's the matter, Evan? Am I serious about what? You're not long Sandisk yet. Somebody long Sandisk? It did. Sammy's didn't trigger. Oh, I'm sorry, it did trigger. Did trigger. I'm sorry, Sammy's did trigger. Okay, all right. Yeah, it did trigger. Sorry. Sorry. What was I saying? This one's really an either way thing today. I mean, over the top of the base, higher. Sorry, guys, didn't mean to confuse there. I told you this morning there'd be a couple stocks that are really either way things. Hey, that was Zorro's idea, anyhow. Well, I hope it rallies too. I do. I apologize, but you know, like I said, some of these are either way propositions. In the meantime, I'm missing the whole short concept here. I did not have the home run moves up here.
I am in the RHT already.
I mean, this is already like target one on the market short, so I blew that. This is, if you shorted the Qs, that's target one right there. I did not. And now this is going to be, right here, this is going to be the moment of truth of the market. You know, whether or not this turns into another bearish day, or whether we come back more. This is the area the market has to hold to stay strong.
Well, I mean,
I wish I grabbed a target 2 on Broadcom. I did not. Yeah, I was just looking at it, Evan. Just looking at it. Alright, I'm kind of mad I didn't get something short out of this. Either just wasn't at the right setup, whatever it was. Lulu is still a really nice looking long. Lulu on its own page. Oh, I may end up with a Lulu long here. Yeah, I love the red hat higher. High of the day is okay. I'm personally going to wait for a shakeout on it if I'm lucky enough to get that.
this CNAP was one of the better gaps too, but we did not take any. I'm trying to think if we can somehow find a long here, but I doubt it.
I'm going to give
And like,
a nickel. I'm going to give it down
this,
to 45
I'm going to keep it.
50 on the raise stop. Because the market here is right in the support area. Right, so 0.45 is money. Even on Broadcom and the Lulu. So Lulu, so I missed the short concept, and again, from right here we can go either way. This is the area the market needs to hold right here. Right here. He's going to have a bullish day.
Well, this RHT shook.
6351 by 6300 for me on Lulu. A little wider stop. 51 by 6351, not triggered at 6351 by 6300 for me. Lulu long I'm doing.
There's Lulu. Paul Lane just jammed a bunch of Lulu.
Very upset I didn't get a short play at the market high there. Alright, there's the area of the market. Here comes Lulu. And this is exactly the area of the market it needs to hold right here. So we put in a tail and a green bar. If we take out this low, I would keep a pretty bearish bias. Continue to grind higher. Mildly
We're looking for
bias
2R
to see
targets.
how high we go.
This Lulu's goes higher. This goes higher too at some point. I'm pretty sure about this. It's like, look
Oh
at
yeah, I want
this
to look at
gap.
craft today, right? I want to look at craft.
Craft.
Yeah, craft is a short watch. Yeah, you got to get a better setup though. I mean, I would have been interested to short the prior high up here into the prior high. That was interesting. But I wouldn't have shorted anything above that base from yesterday. You got to let that weaken some more.
This RHC should go higher.
Lulu, same policy. I want 63.
Oh, I want more.
For a third.
We're out of buying power, boys.
It's a cheap first target. Alright guys, I'm heading off the mic. I'll be back on later if you have questions for me. Sammy's coming on. You know, a lot of interesting things out there. That's about all I can have to say right now. So here's Sammy, guys. Hope you're having a good morning so far, and I'll talk to you later. Viewers.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, everyone. Sound check. Welcome to the Pristine Method Black Room. Hope everybody's having a nice morning. Got the SanDisk long. And let's take a look at the gaps here. This is Sammy. For those that are joining us for the first time, I really hope you have a wonderful experience with us. I'm adjusting my chart here real quick. And let's make some money. Hey, Kurt. Morning. Hi, everybody. Good to have you all with us, as always. And let's get started here. Just adjusting my charts, like I said. And make a couple of adjustments when I'm on the mic versus off the mic. Got the SanDisk long. We'll see what happens. And then I like the CNAT higher. Maybe not. Take a look. Yeah, I like the CNAT deep pullback, but here it is over this tiny little base. The red hat was canceled twice. Never triggered for me. Red hat. I'm just looking at my charts here to see what's good and tell you what I like. Maybe oil. I like oil long. These are the gap downs, these are the gap ups, and I'm just trying to figure out what's good. The airlines were the thing to do today. I did the AAL, but I gotta tell you, that was probably the smallest move out of all the airlines.
Yeah,
I mentioned the JetBlue, but I was busy with other stuff. JetBlue was the best. I did the AAL, which was fine. Look at the ALK. NVAX was great at the open, but I didn't do it. For right now, I like here's what I like. let's kind of narrow it down to a few maybe.
Alright,
I don't like
scan
anything.
this.
CNAT, watching. Red Hat. I mentioned the Lulu when it triggered. Hopefully some of you got it.
These shorts are
That was
selling
nice.
off.
And some of the oil stocks maybe. And then that SanDisk is not going. SanDisk not going. Take a look at the SanDisk here. Let's take a look at the SanDisk. Moving average is caught up and it's not going at all. I'm gonna trail the SanDisk to $67. Okay, on the SanDisk, trailing to $67. That's too bad. I kind of have the nice share size in this. Trailing it to 67 on the SanDisk. Again, that's too bad, but oh well. As Paul said, this could have gone either way. I was looking at a possible home run had this really rallied. The SanDisk trailing to $67.
I still think the SanDisk is long at some point if you want to force
See
it.
that base on the 5 minute? If this gets taken out, that's not gonna look all that good to me.
Yeah, it's gone. Low. Lower.
All right. Lulu, too difficult for me, the Lulu here, but where I mentioned it, it was pretty good, I thought. I mentioned it here on the base breakout, but I didn't do it. Too difficult here on the Lulu. And then, what else is happening here? The 5 is not bad, I think. 5. 5 is not bad. Maybe not. I don't see anything really great here.
There's nothing good, bro.
MAGS, market's staying pretty weak. On the short side, I like maybe this SCMP, and honestly the SanDisk if it triggers, if it takes out 67, if it trails out basically. I kind of like both SCMP short and maybe even the SanDisk. I like the SCMP a lot more. Problem with the SCMP, at support. SCMP short
market
under low
selling
of the
off.
day I like, but I'm probably going to pass on it. It would be under low of the day, under 13.67
Market
by
dead.
13.93 on the SCMP.
You know,
But
like,
I'm passing on it.
honestly, I think I'm gonna keep
Okay.
both.
And then the SanDisk, I'll take a look at the SanDisk. The SanDisk looks okay, I think, as a flip, under 67. Okay, SanDisk trailing to 67, but also shorting at 67. Stop on the SanDisk, 67.70 on the SanDisk, okay? So I'm actually going to have two orders, one to trail my long and one to short. Oh, it's on an uptick. I have to do it manually. So SanDisk and the SCMP ideas, short, but the SanDisk I'm going to go ahead and play. I like the SCMP a lot, but it's at support. SCMP, I even like it more than the SanDisk. But it's right at support. As a short, under low of the day, stop over 93. I'm just going to leave it as an idea, okay? And then SanDisk, I'll make the posting. I'll post it just right now. Okay. So on the SanDisk, it's under 67 by 67.70. Not the easiest call. Here it is. This is the SanDisk. SanDisk 67, under 67 by 67.60, I believe. A target to be determined. Actually, target is the 200 on the weekly chart. Basically, is what the target is on the SanDisk. A market coming in a lot. Hey, Amber, I like the 5. Got a kind of a range expansion bottoming tail. 5 looks good as a long. So 5 looks good to me as a long.
I like 5.
Okay.
5 is a good company.
Like that. And then tell you the truth, the
I'm not buying
oil
power.
stocks are
I'd rather
kind of
short
crashing,
this, but we're at the right sizing here.
which means the airlines are probably going to stay strong. All right. I liked a couple of them as longs. Okay, so I like the 5 long. The CNAT is staying too weak, I believe, on the CNAT. Possible double bottom, but it's staying too weak. So I'd only play it over the base. Only over the base, not on the double bottom. SanDisk is about to trail out and perhaps trigger short. Yeah, ACN, watch. So here's the SanDisk. Here's the SanDisk, guys. SanDisk is about to, and here it is, trailed out, triggering short at the same time. If you're not in it yet, I like it under 95, 65, 66.95 on the SanDisk. I'm not in it yet, but 66.95. I'm shorting under 66.95. Okay, on the SanDisk. Wow, look at that. Let's hope it takes out 95, 66.95 on the SanDisk. Under that. Enough to trail out here, but CMC higher. I want to take a look at the ACN from Mark. Hey Mark.
Okay, Sama.
ACN.
I'm on Matt Hill, guys. What? Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see. Okay, I got it in the system now, the stop, and then five triggered. Yep, 5 triggered. Okay, we'll see what happens with the 5. Here's the 5, just triggered. I got it at 97, 35, 97. A little bit late, the real entry was over 88. So gave it a little bit of room because the market is weak and it's a little sloppy too. Yeah, on the 5. We'll see what happens. Hoping the SanDisk works out, right? Red Hat, Rob has a play on it, so looking good, no jinx. And then that's about it. Yeah, Red Hat looks, I like it. Apollo's weak today again. Apollo. And then I don't see a whole lot. I mean, I mentioned a couple things. The higher lows on those novice plays, that like the ISIS, the NVAX maybe. Higher. I like the NVAX more. NVAX is pretty nice. As a higher low right here, over 52. It's probably already triggered. Over 49 already triggered, but not too late. Would be 52 by 42. So 10-cent stop, literally, on the NVAX. And I'm gonna leave it as an idea, NVAX, as a higher low play on a novice gap down. Okay, leaving it as an idea, but it's right here, triggered already. Yeah. So the Q's back to the lows may hold here, and that's my favorite long idea now. Okay, the NVAX long. Apollo staying weak. That SanDisk is not going anywhere. We'll see what happens with the 5. And then I like the CNAT next. Paul has a play on the NVIDIA. Well, CNAT is about to take out low today, so ignore that. And then let's take a look at the... Paul has a play on the NVIDIA. The same idea as the NVAX, right? Exactly the same thinking. And that's because we're both pristine trained. So NVAX higher low, NVIDIA higher low. See that? Same exact thing. You couldn't even tell the difference in the chart if I didn't show you the symbol. MTSI, hey, MTSI is a good watch. Yep, MTSI is a good watch. I'll go ahead and put it on a chart. MTSI. MTSI, not ready yet on the MTSI. Here's the double bottom in the market, so I like something long here. If there's something long, this would be perhaps the time. You know, red hat, pretty nice so far. NVIDIA, yeah, NVIDIA, well, it's the same as the NVAX, and I got some NVAX, so I just left the NVAX as an idea rather than an official play, but I got some. So MTSI is a watch for later, and not seeing a whole lot here. No. Let me know if you have any questions. The rig is interesting higher. Yeah, rig is pretty interesting higher. It's part of that oil sector. That so that's the only concern. But the rig as a long over the base, stop down under low of the day. That's an idea.
Alright, this is gonna go.
I agree.
Almost certainly.
Sandus.
2 minute already went.
You know, per the post, it's 66.60, I believe.
It's already been 1 hour.
I think it should be 67.60. Right, 70. I'm sorry. Here it is. It should be over there.
Alright, guys.
The post
I think I'm gonna watch.
I put it per the post is 66.60. It should be 60. I'm sorry, 67.
I think what I should do in the morning is watch some Run It Up videos.
67.70.
Or Run It Once.
Should be 67.70. If need be, I'll make the adjustment. But for now, let's let it play out. If need be, again, I'll post an adjustment. But for now, I'm just looking at the possible plays here. Yeah, it should be 67. Jackie, it's in the post, isn't it? Why do I have to read the post if it's in the post? Here's the, here it is. It's in the post. Under this. 35, 34.
Oh, dude. Sammy's not happy today.
Alright.
I'm not happy today either, bro.
There's probably a couple things I need to look at on my swing trades here. So give me just 1 second. I'm a little distracted. Okay. Sorry about that. 1 second, please. Okay, back with you. So not a lot, right? Okay. What else? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the entire gap list here and just clean it up, right? See what's setting up and kind of just clean it up. Zyop was a novice gap. This was a novice gap. Most of the almost all the gap downs were novice gaps. They weren't that good, but most of them, if not all, were novice. This was not novice. This looks lower. I don't like it that much though. TGTX is sell setup on a novice gap though. Yeah, TGTX. SanDisk, I'm in it short, So we'll see what happens. SCMP looks like it's gonna move up, but I don't like it long. QRVO, also novice gap down on the QRVO. Don't like it, don't know what to do with it here. PRTA I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of, probably not playable. NXPI higher low. So there's these higher low ideas on these novice gap downs. Okay, higher low ideas on the novice gap downs. NXPI would be one of them. NVAX, the same. MU, I don't like the MU. See, there's pretty much nothing. Lulu looks higher on a 5-minute buy setup, but sloppy. Yeah, Lulu looks higher, but sloppy.
There we go.
On a 5-minute buy setup. Kite looks lower. Don't like it. Juno, don't like to trade the Juno. ISIS, pretty tough. HZNP with a novice gap, got bought big time. No longer short on the HZNP. HA was with the airlines. You know, it's an airline novice gap. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. I like this short. This was a good, okay sell setup right there on the HA, right? Okay sell setup. ESPR was a novice gap down, got bought, don't like it now. CERN, okay, don't like. Not seeing anything that I like here. Not right now. AVGO, possible sell setup, but look at the daily novice. The day novice. ARMH, played it. It looks like it's gonna move up again. ARMH. Here's the airlines. The airlines possibly, you know, sell setups here. AAL. LUV, that's not bad. Good location.
We're not gonna put it in.
Rally on that
I think a lot of times when we put in the system in this spot, it just destroys us.
Airlines look
So
the
we can't
best.
touch it.
And perhaps UAL looks the best. UAL and the short looks okay to me. The JetBlue is going already, so airlines look the best to play short. AAL, LUV, that's not bad. Good location.
We're not gonna put it in.
Rally on that
I think a lot of times when we put in the system in this spot, it just destroys us.
On the gap downs, on the gap ups, I need to put the ACN on a chart. Remember I said to stay away from this as a short. ACN, and I like some of those oil stocks that I mentioned, long.
Alright, RHC guys.
like the oil
is 5 going?
stocks long.
5 is going. Should have 5.
ACN is...
If you're a poor kid, you can't buy everything,
those are the oil
right?
stocks. Here they are. NVAX is starting to work. Those are the
RHC
oil
locking
stocks.
1/3. I don't want a lot,
Let's see
bro.
if there's
This is
Rig may be the best from the
gonna
oil
go a
stocks.
lot higher.
SWN was the best, but it's too late now. Rig, I like the Rig higher. In fact, I like the Rig swing. Don't love it, but just like it. Rob is locking 1/3 the red hat. Rig was over 52, so it's not too late. 53. It's actually exactly right here on the Rig. Long idea on the Rig, okay? Long idea. Don't love it, but it's not bad, I think. NPR, don't like. I'm gonna delete it. Those are oil stocks. LPI is a good watch. Deep pullback, but to the rising 20, to minor support. NVAX starting to work. 5 is not going. I'll take a look at the 5 in just a minute. Oh, CLR is gone. I'm not sure what this is. CVEO, small stock. CLR, yeah, that's going. That looks nice, the CLR. ESV2 deep pullback. The IEXG is also not bad. 5-minute buy setup. Sloppy. One concern I have about oil stocks is that they all go in and they all trade together. So it's the same sector, and you know, so if you get one wrong, you're gonna get them all wrong. Or sometimes you get one right, and then the oil stocks don't go in your direction, and you end up stopping out on the rest of them. On the play that you took. SN, beautiful buy setup, right? SN, not bad. So again, one of those oil stocks would make sense. MAGS, I don't know that it's playable, but it looks higher for sure to me. Okay, and I need to look at the 5 because the 5 is not looking so hot. The NVAX is working.
Astrogation, you there, bro? How you
Just
doing?
as an idea, red hat was the one here. Beautiful job on the red hat, great job. Let's take a look at the rig, right? Take a look at the rig. Rig, out of the oil stocks, I'm gonna watch the rig, okay? As a long. And Lulu's buy setup. Look at the Lulu. Sanders could break even exactly. Lulu's buy setup. Sloppy. Very sloppy. CNAT not here for me on the CNAT. Too late. CNAT was, you know, possible short at the open, but not here. And I'll take a look at the INFN. Hey, what is it? INFN. Watch. Interesting. INFN. Okay, something is up with that. Market staying weak. Declining 20 now, right above price almost on the 5-minute chart of the Qs. I like the UAL possible short, but I don't love anything. I don't love anything. I got it. CNAT, I like it long, but not right now. Red hat is already gone. This is the oil 5. I need to look at the 5. Let's take a look at the 5. 5, what I don't like about the 5, see that negation, that big green bar? So we can possibly raise the stop on the 5 to under 62, but that's, you know, that's also being really tight with it. So
what's our exit
the
here?
Trigger bar, and immediately
I mean,
negate
this is like a 1, 2, 3 or whatever you
That's
call
not
it in
bu-
technical
that's not
trading,
bullish at all, what happened
and you
there.
should not exit over the
Notice
like under
right
these.
now things are pretty tough, so I would recommend taking it easy. I'm sticking with the original stock for now, but an idea would be to raise
Okay,
the
so we're
stock
gonna take it easy, but this Lulu we're gonna keep.
to this.
This SNDK we're gonna keep,
35,
and I think
62.
I'm gonna go for a slightly tighter stop potentially.
And then let's go back, and I got the NVAX.
We'll see.
Let's take a look at the Lulu 5-minute 5 setup, I think.
I want to
Yeah,
exit
5-minute
this,
5 setup on the
but
Lulu.
I
Let me
wanted to
change to
rally
5-minute
this like
charts.
one more segment.
Let me change to 5-minute charts real quick. At 10:30 I go to 5-minute.
So
All my
like,
thumbnail charts. I change to 5-minute. Let's see if there's anything to do here. There will be a lot to do later, but right now I feel like market is already at the lows. So if you want to short, it's already late, and I'm not finding any good longs here. I already got one. I mean, I got 2 actually. Right? I got the NVAX and I got the 5. NVAX is up a little bit. The 5 is down a little bit. I'll take a look at the Apple. You know, I should be paying attention to the Apple. Apple. I'll take a look. Yeah, Apple possible higher low. If there's something long, this may be an okay time to do it. I like the Lulu, the CNAT for later, and then this is the list that I came up with. The CNAT later. 5 I already got, so I'm gonna delete it from the list. I don't think this is playable. Otherwise, the MAGS looks interesting. MAGS.
okay.
I got the NVAX. I'm deleting because I already got it. Lulu.
All right, the
I like
bids
the
are
Lulu,
dying,
but sloppy.
but we'll see.
So Lulu I like, but sloppy.
The Lulu.
Rig is oil. That's the only issue. Otherwise, I also like the rig. LPI is oil. So those are oil. The last 3 are oil. I don't like the EXFI so much. Probably the Lulu is my favorite. If you want the long, probably the Lulu is my favorite. I'm going to let it go, okay? CLR, I think it's too late, isn't it? CLR, maybe too late. I think it is. So those are the ideas here. Nike. Take a look at the Nike. There's nothing to do with the Nike because it's right into the declining 20, I think. But yeah, popping. But look at the 15. Tough area on the Nike. I like the CNAT, but again, not right now. For me, too weak so far. So I'm gonna pass on it. The next buy setup on the CNAT. And then that, I don't think this is playable. Otherwise, nice location, minor support, gap fill, like it higher. And then Lulu, I'm letting it go, but that's so far seems like it's the one. You know. And then the oil stocks really doesn't. It almost doesn't matter.
I'm gonna watch some Vice. Fuck this.
Almost. Because they're all in the same sector. I got 3 open positions here, the NVAX, the 5, and the SanDisk. SanDisk is exactly break even, 5 is down a little bit, and the NVAX is up. And Swift watch, thanks Evan. Yeah, Swift is a good watch. Yeah, give us those watches, guys. If there's anything that you're watching that looks good. I like the Swift. Yeah, I like the Swift a lot. Nice find, Evan. Swift. Nice find. Looking at those big green bars on the INFN. Yeah, INFN is, I don't like it because of the reversal on the daily chart.
Cheetah just doesn't even notice.
طلع الارنب. مسكه روح مسكه خليه مسكه.
It's going, it's happening.
The Gulf is a land of excess, beneath a veil of restraint, where capitalism and Islam jostle for pride of place. When every young man has money to burn, but is limited by the restrictions of Islam, he has to spend it creatively in order to stand out from the crowd. This has caused a wild trend to emerge among the young elite. One by one, people started collecting wild animals as pets and posting pictures of them online, clocking up thousands of followers around the world.
I get it. I get why this is a thing. These images are nothing if not compelling. I am even guilty of following these guys on Instagram. But this trend is highly illegal. In spite of that, every day more and more of these images appear on Instagram. More and more of these guys crop up with their huge felines.
So what was driving the Gulf's appetite for wild pets? I headed out to Kuwait, where the trend is prolific. If you live in Kuwait City and you want to go pet shopping, your first stop might be the Friday market. Although I was captivated by the otherworldly charm of this colourful bazaar, the pets on sale here felt more like a novelty commodity than a new family member. Baby bunnies dressed up like toys were bagged up to be carried home like groceries. Baby chicks dyed bright colours like picnics in a candy store. Most of the cats and dogs looked distinctly depressed, and others, well, dead. Banned exotics and wild species like big cats are not on sale here. In theory, you don't even need to leave the comfort of your own home to shop for one of these, because they're mostly advertised on the internet.
It's as easy as acquiring the cupcake. First, you could either call or SMS the number provided, mostly on Instagram and some free apps. And this is all done in the open. This wasn't an underground website or a forum. These are all public sites.
When did you start noticing the trend for exotics?
2012. I mean, at first it was an elephant, a baby elephant, and then a cheetah, a lion cub.
If you look at Instagram,
Yes,
approximately how many animal owners are there in Kuwait?
a few hundreds.
And what about sellers?
anywhere between 40 or 70. He, by the way, he runs a dogfighting ring.
Oh dear.
He's a law enforcement officer.
Oh wow.
Yes.
How does the local media handle this trend?
They're proclaimed as heroes, like the cheetah tamer. That's the title. King of the jungle.
One of the original and most notorious examples of this phenomenon is a man known to his followers as Swackle. Swackle, real name Mohammed Turki, is somewhat of a modern-day Renaissance man. Soldier, sporting champion, family man, big cat whisperer.
We've arrived at this sort of area on the edge of the desert where all these wealthy guys with animals keep their, I suppose I would call them animal management centres.
This is Muhammad's property. He comes here to chill.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, he comes check on the animals. This is his sanctuary. He's gonna get a dolphin and put it right here.
At the time of filming, Swackle's pet collection consisted of lions, horses, birds, dogs, meerkats, a monkey, and a cheetah.
Mohammed, is this safe for us to be in here? You've domesticated this cheetah as much as you can, right? Is there any danger now?
اول شيء الشيتا هذه رابيه من هي صغيره لين كبرت في البيت داخل البيت. فيعني ان شاء الله انه ما في خطر. والشيتا من طبعها حيوان دفاعي مو حيوان هجومي يعني.
Did you study wild animal behavior? Did you have to like read up on it a lot before you got into owning these animals, or did you just kind of learn as you went along?
ما درست دراسه فعليه عن الحيوانات. فانا اكثر خبرتي اكتسبتها بالتربيه يعني اكتسبتها من نفسي ان انا جربتها بنفسي. ليش خايف؟ لا عادي.
Oh, I don't think I'm ready for this.
When he's not in army training, Swackle likes to let off steam with a day out in the desert. The plan for today was to go out hunting with birds of prey, Saluki hunting dogs, the cheetah, and a convoy of Swackle's entourage.
We're going hunting. Is that supposed to happen? The cat's on the loose. The cat's on the loose. The cat's on the loose. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Wow.
Immediately as it was loose in public, I was quickly reminded that this was very much a wild animal, and furthermore an illegal one.
What would happen if it escaped?
He's not gonna escape.
Can you try faster than the cat?
Swackle's vision for today was to try to recreate an arcane hunt practiced by the Arabian ancestors, where pet cheetahs are released in the desert in pursuit of defenseless prey, as seen in this YouTube clip. Today's hunt was brimming with modern-day distractions. Cars, cameras, walkie-talkies, smartphones, and a drone. With the sun threatening to set on us, tensions were running high over how to coordinate the hunt.
فين يلا تعال قدام. وخر عنك خلان سامر لا تنزل.
Sitting here, you know, just like how he's panting like a dog. He looks like a wild beast. But we're cool. Hey guys. Hey look. Oh yeah.
يلا جو. خالد من تصيد نزل الطيارة.
It's about to happen.
هد على الهواء.
going to happen?
Were you here yesterday? The calls yesterday made 7 hours. My call.
Oh, that didn't last very long.
Nice job, nice job.
That was a bit of an anticlimax. We had all the king's horses and all
Yeah,
the king's
Lulu,
men ride
possible
out into the desert
watch.
with much ado.
Climb a watch.
And when
Looking
we
at the
got here,
PMs here.
it didn't go exactly as planned. I think it might have been a case of too many cooks.
All the chaos, plus a hare that was already on its last legs, and a cheetah with a muted killer instinct. And the result was rather underwhelming.
Just responding to some PM. So yeah, the
This
Lulu's
is
a
the
good
calm
watch
after
as
the
a
storm.
climb
The thrill
now.
of the chase has died
And
down.
then
Sun
Sandisk
setting,
trailed out.
pulled out, and
5 is still in play. The Swift is
With
a
the sun
watch.
threatening to set on us,
the
tensions were
Swift
running
is the
high
best
over
watch,
how
I
to
think.
coordinate the hunt.
فين فين
Okay, Swift
يلا
is
يلا
the
تعال
best
تعال
watch.
قدام وخر عنا خلاك تامر لا تنزل لا تنزل.
but sitting here, you know, he's
And
just
Lulu,
my pal.
Lulu,
He's
if I was in it,
counting
I'd be trailing bar by bar,
Yes.
right here on the 1 minute.
Well,
If I was in this,
But we're cool.
I'd be trailing
Okay.
it to 64, 67.
يلا يلا
Okay, 64, 67.
خالد من تصيد نزل الطيارة.
It's about to happen.
Nice job, great job, great job. Let's take a look at the Swift.
هد 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 على النهار.
It's going, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening.
The Swift is interesting, too difficult as an entry on the 2 minute. It's just grinding lower, so it needs to accelerate.
Oh, that
Needs
didn't
to
last very
accelerate.
long.
I really like that Apollo intraday.
That was a bit of an anticlimax.
I
We
really
had
like
all
the
the king's
Apollo
horses and all the
today,
king's
lower.
men ride out into the desert with
You know, I
much
played the
ado.
Apollo yesterday.
And
3-hour
when
play
we
on
got
the
here,
Apollo yesterday.
It didn't go exactly as
Really like it
planned.
lower.
I think it might have
Apollo.
been a case of too many cooks.
Yeah, the Sandisk is
All the chaos,
was a
plus a
pain
hare
today.
that was
I
already on its
agree.
last legs.
And I wish
and
I
a
just
cheetah
stuck
with
with
a
my
muted
long
killer
play on the
instinct.
Sandisk.
And the result was rather
But
underwhelming.
I wish I stuck with my long play. It would be up in the money. It would be up here. Right, it would be in the money.
This is the calm after the storm. The thrill of the chase has died down. The sun's setting. We've pulled out the blankets. We're going to drink some juice. Why is it important for you to carry on
All right.
some of these traditions?
This is how we appreciate what we've been through.
Yeah.
You know, we have to keep it alive forever. Even the new generations. If we give up on this, we give up on our identity.
We'll have the 5.
صاحي لهم. اسمع يا عم تشطب يا عم.
بس
Swift is a watch, and this
خلاص، يلا
DPLO
كمل.
is coming in.
بس رب الكعبة الجيرانية
Starting
راح
to come
أعزم.
in. The DPLO.
ده بيسموه الستايل.
Not gonna play it. Too difficult.
الله أكبر.
Let's take a look at the INFN.
After the testosterone overload,
INFN.
the desert transformed from a
And there
giant
goes the
sandpit
Apollo,
for adults
right?
into
Apollo.
a place of calm contemplation and worship.
Breaking down. INFN is right into the 200 on the 15.
Wherever you are in the world, boys will
So,
be boys.
Interesting,
As
but
day
don't
turned
like
to
it that
night, we
much.
shot the shit around the
I'm letting the
campfire.
Apollo go. This WGO, possible short.
Okay, go.
WGO is a possible short. On the 5 minute. Stronger retracement.
I didn't
and
really
they put in
understand
a
the
higher
point
low,
of
so
firing
that's the
rounds into
difficult
the
part.
empty sky.
WGO otherwise would be a
But the
possible
adrenaline
short
high it
right
gave
here.
me afterwards
We'll watch it.
made me think
I'll watch it.
that this sort of futile
Market is
pastime
dealing with the
might be a
declining
substitute
20 on
to
the
drink
5
drugs.
minutes. Fuse.
It
But
struck me
came
that
from
while
double
the desire
bottom,
to
so
have a
I
pet
don't
cheetah
necessarily
might seem
expect it to
unethical, it
to
could be
retest
rooted
the
in the
lows
fact
here
that
anytime
wild
soon.
animals have played an important
Expect the market to
cultural
actually
role
stay
in the
bullish.
history of the region.
For the
There's
time
a certain
being.
allure to these animals, and the thought of being close to a cheetah is an amazing experience. But I think for many of us, there's something that stops us from going that extra mile and saying we're actually going to acquire one because we realize it's wrong.
Okay, Paul.
No matter where you look in the world, the desire to keep these animals as
Yeah.
pets, whether they're lions or tigers or cheetahs,
WGO.
is all about
Like it.
status. You know, sort of human bravado, really.
5
And
is
when
coming
you have
back
an
up.
animal that costs about $10,000 per individual, it's a sign of that wealth and that status, and that's really what drives the trade. When you're able to drive around
when
town
is the
and
last
have that
time?
cheetah on a leash
Like,
in your
you mean,
Mercedes-Benz, it's a status
Yeah,
symbol.
I don't think I've ever
The
done
guys
it on
cashing in
Sandisk
on the trend
necessarily.
are
Sometimes
easy to
it
find
happens.
online.
I've done it a
We
few
managed
times,
to
I would say,
track
in
down
the
a big
past,
cat
where
seller who was willing to show off his wares on camera.
you know, I trailed my position and then I took the other side.
Oh my god. Is that love?
So Paul has. Oh no, that's what I'm saying. In general,
That is a cat fight.
sometimes rare, but
الحيوانات اللي يحبونها أكثر واللي
yeah,
فيها
certainly
رغبة
very
أكثر
rare.
اللي هي الشيتا. الناس تحبها في قمة شراستها.
On Instagram, you have so many followers and you're so popular. You know, anyone trying to enforce a law could
So
just find you on
WGO,
Instagram and call you up.
Paul
Is
had
that,
to
do
play
you ever
on
worry
that.
about that?
ممكن
Like
تشوف
it.
بالحساب بس مو
I like the
أفضل موقع
CNAT.
تقريباً.
We'll watch the
أنا
CNAT for a
ما
long
عندي
later
موقع،
on.
أنا أكثر من
CNAT.
موقع.
CNAT is
خوفاً
going to
على
be
سلامة
good.
الحيوانات لا تتصادر.
Let's take a look.
How
CNAT
much do
there.
these cats sell for?
MAGS. I don't think this
كل
is
شيء
playable.
له
Otherwise,
سعر وكل
Lulu's
طبع له
gone,
سعر،
obviously.
يعني
And these
طبع
are the oil
الحيوان
stocks.
نفسه، هل
Okay, no
شرس،
good.
هل زين مع الكل،
LPI
يمشي مع الكل،
is not bad.
له سعر
And FCX, no good. Broke
واللي إذا
down.
كان الشكل حلو والجسم والنوع إذا كان حلو يكون سعره، هذا سعره تقريبا 4000. إذا صار موضة يعني مثل الشيتا ارتفع سعرها بشكل خيالي.
Have you ever been hurt by any of these wild animals?
هو التعامل
So
الأسود
passing on that
في
DPLO, but it's coming in a little
لازم
bit.
لازم
DPLO
يتعاون. الأسد تقريبا لازم
coming
يتعاون.
in a little bit.
لما تلعبين
Swift is a
وياها
watch.
لعب شوي، المزح ثقيل.
P10 looks higher. Oil also.
Oh God!
P10
دم طلع منه.
looks
Does it
higher.
hurt you? He's bleeding a bit. But any of the animals that
I like
you
the
sell,
WBAI
captive bred,
as a
most of
swing.
them come in from the wild.
WBAI.
هي تقريبا
I like the
مرة من
FXCM
زمان.
possible swing also. Oh, it needs to
هي مرة
rally
واحدة يعني تقريبا
a little bit
جبت من
more.
برا.
It needs to take out 20, I think.
ودفعت
It needs to take out
غرامة.
19 or
Big
so.
cats are not native to the Gulf. They start their life in the wild in East Africa, where they're kidnapped as cubs before being smuggled off the continent. That journey starts on the shores
the
of the
D
Horn
now.
of
I
Africa,
like it higher as
where
a
they're
swing
loaded
also,
onto
but
boats
it's energy.
destined for the southernmost tip of the Middle
I think
East,
it's energy.
Yemen.
Am I right, guys? Is this
Due to its
energy? I believe it
geographical
is.
location,
Somebody
Yemen
can
has
correct
become
me
the
though.
entry point for nearly every illegal commodity on its way out of East Africa. This footage was captured
And I like
by
the
Joel Shepherd, a
CIE
video
a lot.
journalist who spent time
It's energy
investigating
also.
animal trafficking. in
Yeah,
the
there it is,
contraband
energy.
capital
But
of the Middle
CIE,
East.
even on the intraday, looks good.
So we went down to the market and we literally asked. Has
CIE.
anyone got a nimr, a tiger for
I
sale?
like higher.
And within 2 or 3 minutes, we were following a boy on a motorbike
5 is
off
back
to a house.
to break even-ish.
There were 2 baby
Nice
tigers
job.
for sale.
Nice job, Ronald. Again, should have stuck with my long
People
bias
are
on that.
completely unaware. And we're not talking a few cheetah
Should have
cubs
stuck
here.
to
We
my
are
long
talking,
bias on these
in the
handed
peak season,
and just left the
hundreds
original
of
stock
wild-caught
untouched.
cheetah cubs.
It would
For
be
those
actually
people,
up decently.
you know, although they realise it's illegal, it's just
Yeah,
another
it was
commodity.
pretty tough
They
to
pull
hold.
up on the beach,
I agree.
animals, drugs, whatever
was
you want
really
are
tough.
loaded, and they then hot foot it back
It
to
could have
Yemen.
gone either way a couple of times.
You know, you've got a
and,
very fast highway. It's actually probably the
that's
fastest
that.
road in Yemen that essentially runs all the way to the
So,
Saudi border.
okay.
And you could
We'll-
almost say
we'll
it's
make
like a
up for it.
smuggling superhighway.
Yeah,
So what
we'll
you're
make up
saying
for it.
is if the demand from the Gulf doesn't slow down,
Uh,
this trade isn't going anywhere.
Are your trades exactly 50-50?
Specifically,
Um,
also leopards,
I was doing
big cats,
teaching a
and
class the other
wildlife
day.
will be decimated
OW?
by the Gulf's appetite
Tom?
for wildlife.
Is that the one I asked about? D now is the one I asked about.
I wondered why no one was
Oh, okay,
cracking
D
down
now,
on
I got it.
catmen,
Uh,
especially
you
when
know,
they're so
the other
easy
day
to
I
find
was
on the
teaching a
internet.
class and I looked at
Off to a
To its geographical
the other day I
location,
looked at all
Yemen
my
has
plays
become
for
the
the year,
entry point for nearly every
and I
illegal
think
commodity
I
on
mean
its
this
way
is
out of
maybe
East
a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks
This
ago.
footage
I
was
had
captured by Joel
144
Shepherd,
short
a
and
video journalist who
142
spent time
long.
investigating animal
So you can
trafficking in
say
the
I
contraband
play
capital of the
50%
Middle
long,
East.
50% short, exactly.
So we went down to
So
the
that was,
market
I think,
and
a couple of weeks ago or so.
has
I
anyone
had
got
144
a
long
tiger for
plays,
sale?
144 short plays,
We were following a boy on a
142
motorbike
long
off to a
plays.
house.
So it doesn't get any more
There were 2
50-50,
baby
right?
cheetahs for sale and they were offered to us. People are completely unaware, and we're not talking a few cheetahs.
And the Swift is
We are
popping.
talking,
Look at the Swift.
you know, in the peak
Didn't
season,
forget about
hundreds
it, but
of wild-caught cheetah
lost
cubs.
interest
For
in it a
those
little bit because it was
people,
basing at the
you know, although
lows.
they realise it's illegal,
Swift.
it's just another commodity. They pull up on the beach,
Popping.
animals, drugs, whatever you want are loaded, and they then hot foot it back to Yemen. So we went down to the market and we literally asked. Has anyone got a nimr, a tiger for sale?
So
You know, you've got a very fast highway. It's actually probably the fastest road in Yemen that essentially runs all the way to the Saudi border. And you could almost say it's like a smuggling superhighway.
So what you're saying is, if the demand from the Gulf doesn't slow down, then this trade isn't going anywhere?
100%, that's for sure. East Africa's population of cheetahs specifically, but also leopards, big cats and wildlife will be decimated by the Gulf's appetite for wildlife.
I wondered why no one was cracking down on the big cat men, especially when they're so easy to find on the internet. I wanted to speak to the Kuwaiti authority in charge of enforcing the law.
No. Okay, I'll try that. Okay, have a good day. Bye-bye.
They repeatedly denied my requests. Finally, they diverted me to the zoo. They said I could speak to a scientist so long as I didn't ask anything too political.
The zoo is about the only government-run exotic animal institution in the country. That means it's the only place that has the authority to deal with exotics. None of the other animal sanctuaries or vets do.
The real problem that we have with the zoo, we really have barely any space left. We have 4 lionesses and 2 lions in one cage right now, and 3 of them were confiscated. Once a wild animal has been tamed or has been in captivity for a long while, they can't be returned to their natural environment. They have to be either maybe in a rehabilitation center or a sanctuary that would feed them, you know, because they can't rely on themselves. They can't go back to their wild ways and hunt. They're not in tune with that. And we don't have a program to rehabilitate. And this is what I beg of people in Kuwait, please stop it, stop it. First of all, they're gonna harm you. They may cause you diseases. They might hurt your family or children. Think of your children. How could you bring an animal like that, you know? And think of the poor soul that you dragged out of Africa to bring here just for your own selfishness. I mean, it's selfish. We don't want to hear in the news, oh, somebody got killed. It's just not right.
And the majority of these exotics owners, they tend to be from one demographic of like wealthy, elite men. And I haven't seen any evidence of the law actually stepping in. Do you think that those men are almost untouchable when it comes to them being prevented from doing what they want to do?
That's a political issue. It comes down to politics. I don't want to go into the nitty-gritty, but it comes down to politics and who you know and whatnot. In Kuwait, it's very easy to kind of get by with things that are not necessarily good for you. Yeah, it's very tricky.
From what I could tell, the people who own big cats might be the sort of people with influence in society. Even if they themselves might not be authority figures, chances are they have friends in high places. This may go some way to explaining why they're able to live above the law. Swackle was staging one of his Instagram shoots at his friend's house. The stars of the shoot were his lions, so he invited me to come along and meet them.
It's the most G'd out pad I've seen in a long time. Oh my god, look at this stuff. There's like a load of supercars lined up. Wow! This is so cool. Where are we?
بالمزرعة أحسن. كل الناس بالمزرعة، ما بي أحد يدري إنه بالبيت. مشكلة. إيه أحسن مزرعة، لأن إحنا ترى بالكويت مشكلة بالأسود مش بالبيت، ما حد يدري يعني.
Before I met the big cats, Swackle thought it best to ease me in with smaller versions.
I like him.
This scenario felt familiar. These guys felt like pets, if a little boisterous.
The meerkats are sleeping like that. Hi, baby. Oh, look, I'm feeding a baby lion.
اسمه مهيب. مهيب هذه أعلى رتبة عسكرية ما سواها إلا صدام حسين. الله يرحمه.
Do you ever wish that he wouldn't grow?
لا أتمنى يكبر لأنه كذي وايد مزعج. وايد اهتمام وايد عناية. كني قاعد أربي إياه صغير. فأتمنى إنه يكبر عشان يعتمد على نفسه. ياخذ مني وقت أكثر.
It's gonna bite me. People actually say to you, you should take your pets and put them back in the jungle. What do you say to that?
انا لما يسالوني هالسؤال صراحه ينرفزوني، لان اللي يسوي نفسه انه هو مهتم بالحيوانات وقلبه على الحيوانات ورجع الحيوانات، هذا كله تفلسف زايد. هو يعني شنو مصلحه الحيوان؟ انت قلبك على الحيوان، تحب ان الحيوان يعيش حياه كريمه ولا تحب انه يعيش حياه يقعد يمكن اليوم ياكل، يمكن 10 ايام ما ياكل، يمكن اقل جرح يصير فيه بكتيريا ويموت. فاذا كان قلبه على الحيوان، انا اشوف ان الحيوان بالاسر عايش حياه كريمه افضل من انه يكون بالغابه على قولتهم. تعال خلينا نشوف الاسود. حياكم.
Swackle is trying to contrive a scene that we might see on his Instagram, and it's like he's got the world and his wife here to witness it. This feels a bit like zoo animals, circus animals. When they have to put animals in films in Hollywood, you have like an animal handler and animal behaviorists. It doesn't seem that different to that. These aren't pets. There's no way that this kind of animal can be a pet. I don't see how it's possible. Why do you want to create these images?
بس شو كذي، بس وناسة كذي، شو صور حلوة، لقطات حلوة تونس الناس لما تشوفها، بس مجرد شو يعني، ما في شيء.
How many times a day do you Instagram?
يعني اسوي مرتين ثلاثة.
And how many followers do you have now?
301. نزلت انا البرنامج وجيكت عليه 38% من جمهوري بامريكا.
A little birdie tells me you're allergic to cats.
فيني حساسية أنا من القطاوة ومن أكل البيض، الفصيلة مالت الأسود تعتبر من القطط، يورم جلدي ويصير أحمر.
So that's true love.
It was time for me to meet the grown lions. Although I trusted Swackle to ensure my safety, I was all too aware of the power imbalance here.
The idea that I'm seeing lions and I'm standing behind a fence, I feel like, I shouldn't go in there. So, because it goes against everything I've been taught.
خلاص أنا راح أدخل قبلكم الحين، راح ألعب وياهم شوية، ولما أشوف الأمور أوكي 100% راح أقول لكم تعالوا بدون خوف، وأنا لو في أي شيء راح أقول لكم بالدور، وبعد راح أدخل كم واحد معاي من الشباب سيفتي. أوكي؟
And do you give them sedatives or anything like that?
لا ولا شيء.
I've seen this before on Instagram, but it's really, trust me, completely different being him in person.
عادة أنا ما أربطهم كلش، اليوم رابطهم عشانها. كم دين؟ الخطوة الأولى ما تكون خايفة، بس هذا أهم شيء. touch.
Hello.
touch.
Hello, lion. Nice lion. Wow. Oh my God. It's so beautiful. Hello. Should I? No? Okay.
Come on. Come sit here. Don't worry, sit.
Have they ever hurt anybody?
I didn't really know what to expect, and from that point, I'm not really sure what happened.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
يلا جو شيلها بسرعة. Okay. Is it heavy?
It was like a religious experience.
If you've never been mounted by a 400-pound pregnant lioness, then let me tell you it's not as romantic as it sounds. For those few seconds, I surrendered to my fate.
Okay.
I feel quite emotional.
أنا ليش وخرتش بسرعة؟ لأن بديتي تخافين، لما بديتي تخافين وحش انتبهت، لما انتبهت إنك بديت تخافين بدأت تمسكك أكثر عشان لا تركضين. عندي اقتناع إذا الأسد فكر يقتل راح يقتل، ما في أحد يقدر يوخره.
I feel like I had as positive an experience with the female lion as I ever need to have in my life. I didn't die, and I maybe don't want to hang out as much with the male lion. How would you feel if they were taken away from you?
أنا أحبهم لدرجة إني ما أفكر إني أعيش بدونهم أو ما راح أستوعب إني أعيش بدونهم، فما أظن إني أقدر أتخلى عنهم أو إني أفقدهم.
The fact that I could survive a situation like this felt like cheating nature. I left Q8 feeling like I'd lost one of my 9 lives. With a lack of regional debate over animal welfare, and the authorities showing no sign of cracking down, I feel like people will keep aspiring to this trend without questioning the legal or moral implications. It felt like it would take something drastic to make the Q80 authorities pull their finger out. A week after our return to London, someone was killed by a lion in Q8. Lourdes Abuela, a Filipino maid, was mauled by one of her employer's pet lions after its cage had been left unlocked. Her employer can't be named for legal reasons, but we can tell you he was a soldier who had 2 lions, one of which was pregnant. He took Lourdes to hospital, telling the doctors her injuries were caused by a dog. Hospital staff voiced suspicion that her injuries were too extreme to have been caused by a dog. She'd lost her left arm and part of her abdomen. Lourdes remained in hospital for a few days before dying of complications. An investigation was launched which led to a confession by her employer. In an attempt to cover the evidence, he'd killed his lions and burned their bodies in a remote desert area. The government of the Philippines is in the process of suing on grounds of criminal negligence. The soldier was jailed for 10 days and is currently out on bail, awaiting trial.
Janet Taboni explored the growing number of Americans taking up arms and joining patriot groups. This is her debrief.
At first, they were not eager to speak with me. It wasn't until I went down to Texas and actually met them in person and spent a few days with them where they said, okay, we trust you, we've seen some of the work that Vice has done, and they said, we trust that you'll give us a fair shot to tell our story. They also feel very misrepresented in mainstream media, and there's been a lot of coverage of these guys, and they felt like they really wanted an opportunity to really express why they are so angry, why they do hate the federal government, and why they have the beliefs that they have. So I think in the end, they were really thankful that we spent the extended amount of time that we did spend with them, and that they got a chance to tell their story. The Patriot movement didn't get much hype or many members or much press until Obama was elected in 2008. And from that point, they just skyrocketed their membership. And from the experts that we've talked to, they say Obama's election had everything to do with this movement becoming huge. The biggest thing that they say helps them get more members is Obama abusing his power, issuing executive orders, and what they describe as being too lenient on certain policies, specifically immigration. So they say it's actually the actions of the federal government that are helping them to recruit more members. The Patriot groups that I hung out with, they actually weren't all white, and that's a huge stereotype of this movement. There were actually Mexican Americans, there were Asian Americans, and I think a lot of people would be surprised to see that, and unfortunately I don't know if it'll come across in the piece because so many of them wrap their faces to hide their identity. The one group that they won't allow into their movement are Muslim Americans. So when I got to the ranch, they were very hospitable, and one of the first things they did was hand me a massive semi-automatic rifle, which was new for me. I hadn't shot that type gun before, but they brought me over to firearms training, And I have to say they were very professional with the training. You know, there were a lot of safety precautions that they went through at length, and they kept reiterating that these are things that they learned while in the military. A lot of them said they were in infantry and special ops, so they seemed to have experience. Pretty soon I became comfortable carrying the rifle and shooting at the targets. What was less comfortable for me was being around a bunch of people who also had semi-automatic rifles. So yeah, handling the rifles, shooting at the targets, it actually was pretty fun. I was actually down in Texas with one of the Patriot groups when they actually came across illegal immigrants that were crossing the Rio Grande. It didn't make it into the cut, but essentially what they did was they waved their guns in the air, they started shouting at them, they were even speaking in Spanish, and their main objective is, they told me their main objective is to make sure that these immigrants don't cross into U.S. territory. And so they do everything they can to stop them. And if you can imagine these guys with their camo clothes and their face masks and their big guns, that's enough to usually scare immigrants to the other side of the border. If the immigrants do make it to the other side of the border, what the Patriots told me was that they'll detain them. They said that they'll give them water, they'll make them comfortable, and then they'll hand them over to Border Patrol. I believe them when they say that they're training for a day that they hope will never come. I don't think they want to open up fire in DC. I don't think that they want to start a revolution tomorrow. But if that day does come, they say that they'll be ready. And that's why they're doing the training. And honestly, they proved that at the Bundy standoff. At the end of it, the federal government, that's the group that backed down. So truthfully, I believe them when they say that they hope that that day won't come.
What is this? This is such a joke. God, okay, exit.
Thanks, Doc. What was the play on Red Hat? Anybody? What was the entry that I used? I just called one simple entry on the play. I mean, I did it a couple other times, you know, myself that I did. Everybody see the play call? Yeah, 5-minute pristine buy setup, right. See it? Good. Nice bullish gap, and then see the pullback right there, and then the 5-minute buy. That was the call. Exactly. I gave it a couple of cents either way because I knew it was spready. Like, I think technically the call would have been over 44 or something. I called it at 50. Yeah, 43 by 96. I just said 50 by 90. Gave it a nickel on either side. But that was a very nice looking pristine buy setup. Multiple bar pullback on a very bullish stock. Resistance to the left, PK? You talking about Red Hat? What resistance to the left? I don't actually. Well, I thought we go right through the high. We're in a trend. I mean, I took a little target when we went through the high, you know, because that was one risk unit basically, but I wasn't worried about that. I mean, I only do that out of preservation because I don't want to take a, you know, a decent little gain and then let it float all the way back to a stop. But I mean, when I see a gap like this is a pretty good gap. I mean, little bit far. It came from a bottoming tail yesterday, so you know, I can get a few criticisms on it, but it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. And then that's a beautiful pullback, so I expect higher. Tried to get it to the whole number here, just couldn't quite get. You know, I got out 70, but $75 is what I was really looking for. Could have gotten into the 90s, would have just trailed it there, but you know, it doesn't always work exactly right. Yeah, see, the downtrend can't break yet in the market. I mean, it can break, but it hasn't. See, this is a short. Now, it's not my favorite short because we're down 4 days and into a bit of a demand area, but something really weak. This is the timing. Although it's hard to find stuff that's really weak that isn't extended down. That's really the problem. So I'm just going to let this go. This market's all set up here. Oh, my 15-minute chart has a lot of junk on it, yeah. That's it, the red line? Well, there's a couple of them. The flat ones are the pivot lines. The dash line's a VWAP. PK. I like chunky 15-minute charts. I chunk them up. The rest of them I keep pretty clean. Oh, here's Red Hat at 75. So if I had held in and not taken it on the defensive, this is basically the target on Red Hat, $75. Now again, I think it can go much higher, and I'm going to hold on to this last third. But this is a good. This was my original thought for a target area was $75. And if it can explode up from here, I'll take the rest of it. I'd like to see an explosion up now. You know, another 40, 50, 80 cents, just funk, and then I'll get the rest. But if we just want to creep up, I'll leave my last third on. But I get to the point here where if I'm going to give it $1 back, I need to see a couple of dollars in possible gain, and that's getting harder and harder. So let's just see if it can pop up here.
Tell me you got some good news for me, my brother.
Not in a difficult position here. Not much can do. Can take it here,
with us? Of course, I want to make
I don't
a movie with
necessarily
y'all.
think it's done, and I already took it at 70. So I've got to give it $74 on the trail, or just close it. So conscious decision here, and I know it could pull back, and the last third could end up being just small profit.
Hey guys, this is Christine from Vice's Brooklyn office. Our German office found a group of Russian gravediggers that dig up fallen World War II soldiers and sell artifacts they find on the black market. This is Russian gravediggers.
Market resuming 2-minute downtrend anyway. 5-minute really couldn't break. So I'm gonna take a look at my list. Nice WTO.
Taking stuff from the dead.
A couple of nice mentions. I think Paul's got a play right now. Like right when I was coming on, I was thinking about coming in. distracted. Beautiful play there. Just. I think Marty, our regular room member, had it this morning on the first fall, and then I think Paul came up with it.
Im Sommer 1941 greifen die Nazis die Sowjetunion an. Doch schon im
This
Verteidigungskrieg
gap
von
into
Moskau wird
22
das
I thought
Vormarsch
may
von der
fade,
Roten
but
Armee
notice it
gestoppt
kept
und zum
far
Rückzug
past the
gezogen.
22,
Zurück bleiben
so it
Millionen
was
Tote
never a
beider
fade
Armeen,
for me.
die namenlos auf den
And,
Schlachtfeldern begraben werden und noch immer dort
really
liegen.
got to the next
Heute
commander.
suchen zwei verschiedene Gruppen nach diesen Toten. Die legalen, von Deutschland und Russland beauftragten Gräbertrupps und die illegalen Black Digger. Das sind patriotische Vereinigungen, die auf eigene Faust nach den Toten und ihren Habseligkeiten graben. Nach russischem Gesetz sind sie Grabräuber. Regelmäßig finden die Black Digger die Erkennungsmarken der Toten
Sanders
und
don't know
verhindern so,
anymore.
dass man die Identität der Gefallenen nachweisen kann.
Actually liked it short right off.
Ich bin am
but it was really fast. This thing looks lower. SCMP, kind of novice on the gap, but hasn't really hit the 13 area. Now a 15-minute PSS. Timed pretty well with the market. And NVAC's lower too.
JMPR? What are they doing? Oh, JMPR.
Alpha 15.
Really, bro?
Kite. Yeah, Tenra,
I don't know how much I
yeah.
like this.
I mean, that was hard. I mean, yeah, the 15 is setting up a nice sell setup in a bit of a resistance area, but so bullish on the day. Kite. Yeah, I'm gonna let Al go. Well, you know, I saw Kite this morning. Thought that might fade too, but didn't list it because there was so much resistance to climb back through. Thinking of taking it long, Chad? Might set up. Lulu, nice rally today. I think some of you probably played that.
Flughafen in
This
Berlin
one was
auf dem
gapping
Weg nach
down this
Russland.
morning to
Als
60 and
Fotograf
then
habe
by
ich
the
2 Jahre lang
time
in
it
Moskau
opened,
gelebt
it made
und
a rally
gearbeitet.
back at 60.
Jetzt kehre ich
That
zurück, um
usually is long.
herauszufinden, wer diese Black Digger sind und ob Geld oder Ehre sie motiviert. In dem kleinen Dorf Borodino in der Nähe von Moskau spielen Militaria-Freaks dieses Wochenende den Zweiten Weltkrieg nach. Dort bin ich mit Nikita verabredet, der sich dieses Spektakel nicht entgehen lassen will und mit seinen Freunden neben dem Schlachtfeld nach Überresten aus dem Krieg gräbt.
Hello, Dick, hello! Hello, my friend! Меня зовут Никита, мне 26 лет, я увлекаюсь, коллекционирую часы и увлекаюсь военной археологией.
I need to dress like you to go to the forest, or am I okay with this dress?
Casual styles and forest. Я работаю в страховой компании. Это не очень интересная работа. Я больше люблю проводить время не в интернете, а с друзьями на природе.
Ich weiß nicht, ob ich da richtig sehe, aber ich sehe einen Haufen Soldaten, die gerade Panzersperren aufstellen. Can I ask you what you're doing here?
We protect Moscow from our opponents.
Russian не вода, водка.
Russian drink.
Водка.
Schnaps.
Schnaps.
Russian.
Водка. Спасибо большое.
Немецкая униформа очень-очень красивая. И если бы не было бы немцев среди русских, то реконструкции не могло бы быть.
Mehrere hundert Soldaten spielen direkt auf dem alten Schlachtfeld den Zweiten Weltkrieg nach. Krieg scheint hier mittlerweile ein beliebtes Familienevent zu sein. Ich finde es ziemlich absurd, wie Väter in Nazi-Uniform ihren Kindern zeigen, wie man ein Gewehr abfeuert.
Ну, русские, да, ребята уважают немецкую организацию именно в хорошем плане слова, без национализации.
Also es wird immer besser. Ich freue mich echt.
Nikita hat einen Freund eingeladen, der sich eigentlich nur die Reenaction anschauen möchte, aber mit uns im Camp übernachten will. Er selbst steht dem Graben nach altem Kriegsgerät und das Recht nach toten Soldaten eher skeptisch gegenüber.
My name is Ivan, I'm 26 and I've graduated Kolomna Polytechnic College. I can't find a decent job to have a chance to use all my knowledge, but that's okay. A life is not a fairy tale, you know. Me personally is not a digger. I don't do that kind of stuff. And although I know they do have some sort of division among them, but for me, I don't think it's right. Sometimes people think that I'm kind of Nazi, but actually the point is I've spent some years of my childhood near the chemical factory, and that's the only reason.
Wir lassen das Schlachtfeld hinter uns und wandern noch ein paar Stunden, bis wir ein Waldstück erreichen. Das Camp liegt versteckt zwischen den Bäumen, damit es von der Polizei nicht gesehen werden kann. Der Nikita wurde letztens erst aufgrund seines Metalldetektors kontrolliert.
Копание в России с этого года нелегальное. Издался закон. До этого было 50 на 50. Очень большой штраф и тюремное наказание.
Ja, so, das ist unser Camp hier, so wie es aussieht. Hier ist eigentlich Wasser und Seife, hängt wahrscheinlich schon ein bisschen länger da. Ja, von hier aus werden wir unseren Digger-Trip starten.
Sachabar!
Sachabar.
Oh, gut, yes.
Nachdem wir den Gott der Digger mit Alkohol besänftigt haben, machen wir uns auf, um gute Artefakte zu suchen. In der Digger-Tradition gibt es zwei Wörter für gefallene Soldaten. Einmal den Hans für den Deutschen und der Ivan für den Russischen.
Go to digging Hans.
Ja.
Yes.
Nikita hat gerade seinen Metalldetektor eingeschaltet.
One cool song. A cool song is din 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 is color metal.
Yeah.
Beep 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 is not color metal. Is not cool artifact.
Много интересного, но это интересно только мне. Для продажи это не, да, для продажи это не интересно. Да, в России есть люди, которые занимаются именно, специализируются на поиске для продажи, но я не имею друзей таких. I dig in May. This is a box for tape patterns for machine guns Maxim Stars.
Ja, schau mal.
Stars, Red Army.
Red Army one. Yeah. When you found the soldier, like how you found it? You found it because it's good sound of good metal. The belt.
The belt is a good song. Хорошо для перезахоронения. Нормальные, но организованные кладбища. Солдаты не должны лежать, просто могилы не должны быть в лесу, ну как бы.
Bei den Kämpfen hier hatten die deutschen Soldaten wohl keine Zeit mehr, ihre Toten zu begraben. Deswegen wurden die Soldaten so zurückgelassen, wie sie gefallen sind. Ich glaube, er hat was gefunden. Ah,
good.
Good metal?
Yes.
Great.
Сейчас почти что нереально найти солдата, так как прошло уже много лет использования металлодетекторов. В 90-х в основном люди ездили, ну как бы, они ездили с помощью для наживы. Они не богатые люди, не умные.
Taking stuff from the dead, it's just grave robbing and nothing more. I've seen people who are just for grave robbing and for selling the stuff, and I suppose that those are breaking not just the state law, but more like a human law.
You found something.
Battery.
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 German battery, Russian battery?
Russian battery.
Nikita sucht weiter bis zum Abend, kann aber nichts mehr finden. Auf dem Weg zum Camp treffen wir Reenactor, die im Schlamm stecken geblieben sind. Ich helfe mit und komme am Feuer mit ihnen ins Gespräch.
Пуля просвистела, в грудь попала мне. Спасся я в степи на лихом коне, но спальню не прошло, комиссар пришел.
Gestern Abend war eine lustige Runde. Die Jungs hier haben am Lagerfeuer gesoffen, Gitarre gespielt, gesungen und wollten uns gar nicht in unsere Zelte lassen. Zufälligerweise kam jemand auf einem deutschen Motorrad aus dem Zweiten Weltkrieg komplett in Nazi-Uniform nachts in unser Camp. Und wir konnten gute Kontakte zur Black-Digger-Szene knüpfen. Wir haben einen Kontakt namens, man kann ihn übersetzen mit der listige Fuchs. Und deswegen werden wir heute Abend wieder zurück nach Moskau und versuchen mit dem listigen Fuchs Kontakt aufzunehmen.
Während die Jungs das Ganze eher als Zeitvertreib sehen, ist der listige Fuchs professionell organisiert. Er gehört zu einer militärisch geprägten Gräbertruppe, die regelmäßig und im großen Stil illegale Ausgrabungen durchführt und pro Jahr im Schnitt 700 Leichen findet. Dafür folgen sie dem Frontverlauf und graben über Tage hinweg in der Wildnis. Er will sich mit mir an einem neutralen Ort treffen und schlägt den Dachboden eines Moskauer Mietshauses vor.
Also für das Interview hast du dich ja maskiert. Hast du Angst vor der Polizei?
Я опасаюсь неправомерных действий сотрудников полиции, их провокаций, потому что да, сейчас с октября месяца вступил новый закон об археологии с металлоискателем, то это штраф до 1 000 000 рублей и до 7 лет лишения от свободы. Это сумасшедшее наказание, так как за убийство дают меньше. Большинство находок идет в личную коллекцию. Если из личной коллекции там что-то реставрируется, идет на продажу. Составлена своя клиентская база, сказать, а также всякие форумы и барахолки. Для черных копателей, которые не имеют лицензии, это ищет какой-то солдат как бы за идею, чтобы покончить эту войну.
Wie läuft denn sowas überhaupt ab, dann, wenn du einen findest?
Это места, они ищутся по архивным данным. В основном это санитарные ямы, куда происходил сброс бойцов. Это всех подряд, и советских, и немецких в одну яму, силами местных жителей в избежание эпидемий. В основном это местные жители и указывают, помнят эти места.
Ich schaffe es, den listigen Fuchs nach dem Interview zu überreden, mir das Camp seiner Diggergruppe zu zeigen. Bevor wir losfahren können, müssen wir allerdings den Kommandanten der Truppe überzeugen. Wir dürfen ihn nicht filmen und er fragt uns genau über unsere Beweggründe und Überzeugung aus. Schließlich gibt er sein Einverständnis unter der Bedingung, die Lage des Camps absolut geheim zu halten und die anderen Gräber nicht zu zeigen. Wir haben gehört, dass Deutsche nicht gerade willkommen sind und es manchmal Konflikte mit rivalisierenden Gräbertrupps gibt.
Тут у кого оказывается яйца крепче, как говорится, и у кого больше завязок среди знакомых. В основном конфликта удается избежать, так как у каждого члена группы либо есть помповое оружие, либо это травматическое оружие. И, как известно, вежливость – это беседа двух хорошо вооруженных джентльменов.
Irgendwie traue ich der Aussage nicht so ganz. Dass beide Seiten bewaffnet sind und trotzdem immer alles friedlich verläuft, scheint mir eher fragwürdig. Das Camp liegt etwa 4 Autostunden westlich von Moskau in der Wildnis. Wir müssen den Rest laufen, weil es keine Straßen gibt und der letzte Teil der Strecke über ein ungeräumtes Minenfeld führt.
Hier ist ein professionelles Blackdigger-Lager. Die Typen haben Fahrzeuge und Geräte, haben aber auch unheimlichen Schiss vor uns, dass wir die verpfeifen. Aber unser Freund Chis hat sich bereit erklärt, uns eine aktuelle Ausgabe zu zeigen und wir sind jetzt am Ziel.
Здесь непосредственно шла линия огня до немецких траншей 20 метров примерно. И тут лежат вот те бойцы, которые не успели добежать до немецких траншей. Это была найдена эта винтовка Мосина с заведенным затвором, но не перезаряженный, видимо, боец ее взвел. И это не успел выстрелить, его убили. Винтовка находится в очень плохом состоянии, она горела и уже годится только в качестве музейного антуража. Это советские ручные гранаты. Гранаты находятся в очень плохом состоянии, и наверняка до сих пор еще опасны. Это советский противогаз времен войны. Это был найден при солдатах погибших. Это советский медальон с запиской. Он будет передан на экспертизу. И если удастся, то получится восстановить имя погибшего солдата. А это его значок «Гвардия». То есть это элитные войска считались. Да, здесь это происходил, это жесткий бой, позиция несколько раз переходила из рук в руки. Вот. И бойцов не всегда успели захоронить. Как видите, они лежат практически на поверхности. Это здесь лежат, это русские солдаты, которые штурмовали немецкую траншею и остались лежать без вести. У некоторых сегодня появился второй шанс обрести имя, благодаря смертным медальонам.
Im Moment ist das für mich eher wie ein Stein, wie ein Gegenstand, weil das ganze Szenario ziemlich surreal ist, dass man hier Knochen und Granaten ausgräbt.
Но когда я находил первых своих солдат, я, конечно, сильно волновался, потому что это необычное ощущение прикасаться. Это не только к частичкам истории, к железу, а вот непосредственно к погибшим людям. Но потом я более-менее привык, и основная мысль, которая в моей голове, это не пропустить это ничего из находок, что это могло бы помочь в модификации и восстановлении личности павшего воина.
Später werde ich von einer Truppe zum Abendessen eingeladen. Ihre anfängliche Abneigung gegen Deutsche scheint eher generelle Skepsis gewesen zu sein. Der eine erzählt mir, dass er sogar einen privaten Friedhof für die gefundenen Deutschen angelegt hätte, weil die offizielle Übergabe so langwierig wäre. Ebenso wie die offiziellen Gräber der Regierung scheinen die Blackdigger, die wir getroffen haben, also für die gleiche Idee zu arbeiten. Die Umbettung der namenlos begrabenen Toten auf richtige Friedhöfe.
Man darf nicht vergessen, das ist erst 70 Jahre her und viele von uns kennen ja auch noch Leute und haben Verwandte, die im Zweiten Weltkrieg gekämpft haben. Wenn ich jetzt über die Arbeit der Blackdigger nachdenke, ich hatte erst Vorurteile, aber die Leute hier, die machen das alles in ihrer Freizeit, geben mehr Geld dafür aus, als der Trip eigentlich einbringt, um die Identität der Soldaten rauszukriegen. Ich finde, gerade das trägt zur deutsch-russischen Kriegsaufbearbeitung bei.
Потому что война идет, пока не похоронен последний солдат.
The newest accessory for billionaires in China is personal bodyguards, with female bodyguards in particularly high demand. We wanted to see what this rising troop of women looked like, so we went to Beijing to check it out. This is Chinese female bodyguards.
同志往前走，往前走。够快！
中国的保安行业呢，已经开始了20多年，保镖这个行业是刚刚兴起的。我看到了中国经济的发展，看到了中国呢，有钱人、富翁是越来越多，因为经济的发展会触动了安保行业的发展。因为我们中国的警察呢，不可能24小时在老百姓身边进行保护，那么警察不在的时候呢，就需要一定的保护力量。
Alright guys, I think that's the end.
我们云海经这个保镖公司呢，是成立于2008年末、09年初，个别的一些企业家、一些被保护人，因为他随着自己的地位提高，他需要一个身份的体现，可能随身呢有一个保镖跟随，可能更体现出了他身份的特征。刚才你看到的2个女学员，一般来讲，女保镖主要是随身呢方便，一般都是女性的老板跟随。第一点呢，出入场合呢不容易引起其他人的注意。第二个呢，一旦有突发事件危险的出现呢，他不会受违法犯罪分子的注意，他能够快速做出反应。